Hi guys, what's up? And welcome back. So I literally just finished listening to The Intruder by Freida McFadden on Audible. And yeah, I have a lot of thoughts about it. And this was my first Freida McFadden book. And honestly, I can see why, she has become so popular. Uh, Also, I have one of her other books, which is called One by One. I haven't started it yet. I might start it later. Also, before I, get into my thoughts, let's quickly go through the synopsis. And don't worry, I'm not going to, give spoilers right now. I will warn you when I'll be, speaking about them. So, yeah, here is the synopsis. Casey's cabin in the wilderness is not built for a hurricane. Her roof shakes, the light flickers, and the tree outside her front door sways ominously in the wind. But she's a lot more worried about the girl she discovers lurking outside her kitchen window. She's young, she's alone, and she's covered in blood. The girl won't explain where she came from or loosen her grip on the knife in her right hand. And when Casey makes a disturbing discovery in the middle of the night, things take a turn for the worse. The girl has a secret, one she will kill to keep, and if Casey gets too close to the truth, she may not live to see the morning. So the setup is quite creepy, and some might say it's quite like Freida McFadden. So first off, let's talk about the experience of listening to this on Audible. It was actually, really fun. The narration was excellent, and the voice actors captured the emotions perfectly. I could feel the tensions, the fear, the paranoia, perfectly. So, yeah, kudos to them. Also, since the story mainly focuses on just two characters for most of the book, it's really easy to follow along. Sometimes audiobooks can get confusing if there are, too many people or, multiple timelines. But here it was, smooth. And honestly, I finished it in just like 2 days, and I think, listening to this while working. So that says a lot about, how engaging this book was. Okay, now about Frida's, writing. This was my first experience with her style, and I get why, people call her books, binge-worthy. The writing is super easy to follow. It's quite simple, fast-paced, and, not overly descriptive, which a lot of people, enjoy about some books. I've heard, some people say her prose isn't, beautiful or literary, but I think that's the, missing point. Her writing feels like, you are watching let's say, a Netflix thriller, and you just, wanna keep going. If you are in a reading slump, her books are perfect in my opinion. You don't have to overthink anything, and they move quite fast. Now let's talk about the story itself. If you are new to thrillers, The Intruder is honestly a great place to start, in my opinion. It's fast-paced, easy to understand, and still gives you that adrenaline rush. If you are an experienced thriller reader, like let's say if you have read Agatha Christie or uh, mysteries that really make you think, this might feel like a little bit predictable, but there are basically, two main mysteries in this story. And I'll be honest, I figured them out pretty early, but that, didn't ruin the experience for me because the book pace keeps you, hooked. So even though I wasn't shocked by the twists, I still wanted to, know how things would, unfold. It's the kind of book you can just, breeze through in a day or two, in my opinion. Okay, so the story runs in two timelines, one in the present, following Casey, and one in the past, following a 12-year-old named Ella. And Ella's section were actually, really heartbreaking. She lives with an abusive mother who's also a hoarder. Like her room smells awful. There's spoiled food everywhere, and she's, often teased at school because of it. And despite that, she, forms this, strange little friendship with a classmate, and you can't help but, root for her at the end. And then we have Casey in the present, a teacher who's had a, rough past, and now she's living alone in the woods after losing her job. And both the timelines are written in a way that, slowly ties together, and you keep wondering how are these two connected. Also, the book does, deal with child abuse and trauma. So heads up if you are, sensitive. if you are, sensitive about this topic. All right, guys, it's spoiler time, and if you haven't read The Intruder yet, skip ahead to the end of the video. So, yeah, let's talk about the big twist. Yeah, so when it was revealed that, Casey and Ella are the same person, I wasn't, too surprised. I was like, okay, and then I, move forward. And the second reveal about, Lee's true identity, that he was actually, Anton's younger brother. And again, I had a feeling about this, and there were, a lot of little clues about the blue eyes, the way he knew things he shouldn't have. And yeah, so while none of the twists, blew my mind, they were, consistent with the story, and that's what made it fun to follow. I will also say though, like Frida did a, great job exploring, generational trauma and how abuse and neglect echo through a person's life. Even if the mysteries wasn't the strongest, the emotional angle, hit pretty hard to me. So overall, I would give Intruder, 2 stars out of 5. Uh, that's not a, bad rating for me. 2 star means, it was okay or, quite decent. And it's fast-paced, bingeable, and, easy to follow. Perfect for, like, let's say when you just want to, you want a quick thriller and that, doesn't demand too much brain power. So if you are in a reading slump, this book is perfect for you. And if you have read it, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Also, I'll be starting one by one soon, so subscribe if you want to see that review too. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.